and I want you to keep it going. For Mr. Dave Donaldson, everyone! Dave Donaldson!
I've been seeing a therapist, and the thing is that I don't really like being told things like, how does that make you feel? Was that difficult for you? Harder, 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 faster, harder, harder. That's a much better joke than you guys are giving credit for, so yeah, whatever. I have been seeing a therapist, and she was saying, Dave, your anxiety levels are really, really high. You should really start thinking about going to the gym, because if you go to the gym, it'll be the exact equivalent of taking a Prozac. But I don't like going to the gym, so I've been taking Prozac to tone my body. Yeah. I've also been trying to lose a little bit of weight in different pill forms. I got a new one for you. Try it. It's called Gas X. 30 pounds in 20 seconds. It's an unbelievable thing. Gas X, Prozac. It's all covered by Obamacare, right? Yeah, and a couple of my friends, they don't seem to get that whole concept of why that whole entire thing sucks. And I was like, look, okay, given all my bills, okay, and given like all the money that I make, you know what I get to do at the end of the week if I really feel like it, because of all the money that I'm going to save? I get to buy a Coke. Not a 2-liter, not a line. No, not even a full can. The retarded can, the small fucking can. I probably offended special can, sorry. So, I have been trying to do some more things to kind of lose weight, so I've been doing some more outdoor activities, so I'll go to like Bass Pro Shop to try and find something. And I like Bass Pro Shop because it's the only place that I know that I can walk in there and with the intention of buying one thing and completely walking out with something completely different. Dude, I thought you were going in there to get a Frisbee. Yeah, but this is a fucking kayak. I'm not just gonna let that go. I love Bass Pro Shop, but I hate the salesman there. It's like I'm walking through the fish department, which is redundant number one. Bass Pro Shop, there's no fish on the fucking store. It should be an entire fishing store. No? Okay, cool. That joke just went right to the shitter. That's cool. I came by and the dude's like, hey sir, have you thought about the many different ways that you can fish? No! He starts rattling off like 45 different ways to fish, and I stopped him when my eye began to twitch. And I was like, look, there are 3 different ways to fish. There's normal fishing, there's fly fishing, and Snoopy. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. He goes, that's bullshit. And I said, no, what you're saying is bullshit. He goes, I just rattled off 43 different kinds. I was like, I've never seen anybody ever fish that way. And he goes, well, seeing's not believing. And I'm like, fuck you, asshole. You're gonna pull a Santa Claus reference on me? Seriously? I noticed at the time on his phone he was listening to Little John and the East Side Boys. And I said, you know what? Seeing is believing. I can prove it. You think Little John has eyes? He's like, what? I was like, you think Little John has eyes? He's like, yeah, of course he's got eyes. Everybody's got eyes. I was like, oh yeah? What color are they? I'll ask you, what color are Little John's eyes? Fuck you, you don't know. Brown. You've never seen him. I think if he takes his sunglasses off, it's a fucking cyborg. Pretty sure. Or maybe it's Louis Armstrong in disguise, Takes off his sunglasses, wig falls off. I see trees of green. Yeah! What was I talking about? Bass Pro Shop? I hate the advertising game. I hate it the most. YouTube is the worst with that shit. Seriously, you go on their website, there's like 2 ads over here, there's a lower third graphic, there's a banner here, and you're like, where the fuck am I have to look? And even then you have to watch like a 30-second ad before you watch whatever you're watching. You get that skip all button now and again, but what happens? It stops at fucking 1, because your internet's too fucking slow. And even after all of that bullshit, what are you trying to do? You're trying to watch your favorite Super Bowl halftime commercial, which I don't need to tell you, is another fucking ad! Sorry, I get excited. What else was I going to talk about? You know what, I think if Netflix does that, fuck it, books. Yeah, but even then, they'll get clever. Because, yeah, ladies, you'll go over to your favorite Barnes & Noble store, you'll pick up your favorite edition of 50 Shades of Grey, and it's a pop-up book, but you don't know that yet. You'll be reading it, and it'll be like, so far you've had 6 orgasms, and they all belong to Snickers! There'll be a bunch of girls with yeast infections that year. Oh, it'll happen. In fact, that'll be their whole new motto. Horny? Why wait? Grab a Snickers. Let's talk about sex, because that's never been done in the comedy circuits. Comedy for me is kind of like sex in the fact that based on my performance, there's that awkward silence. You guys nailed it. I won't have sex with a fat chick anymore. I won't do it. No. Don't fucking judge. Don't fucking judge. Why? Because I've never been gagged by a fucking sound. That's why. There was this girl laid back on the bed. She spread her legs. There was a sound. What the fuck is that? You know? Wasn't a queef. Wasn't a fart. It was definitely the sound of something that's not breathed in a really long time. It's finally gasped for fucking air. You laugh, but you've been there. You're like, I'm not putting my face, I'll lose my phone or something. No. At the same time, won't have sex with a skinny bony chick either. No. Because having sex with a skinny chick is like fucking the frame to a futon. And I have fucked the frame of a futon. And IKEA is still pissed. Now, the last thing I'm going to say to you guys before I go is, you ever find your mom's vibrator? And think to yourself, you know what, this wouldn't be so awkward if it wasn't my room. Have a good night.